Have you ever found yourself staring out the window, dreaming of swapping that office cubicle for, I don't know, an ocean view, or maybe a mountain vista? Well, today, we're going to dive into a guide to the world's best spots for remote work. And this isn't just any list. It's based on the real-world experience of a globe-trotting pro. So our guide for this explainer is C. Ansley from Digital Nomad blog. And his criteria? It's simple, but it's so on point. We're not just looking for places with decent Wi-Fi, right? We're looking for destinations that have a real vibe, a unique character, an affordable cost of living. And, that's special something that you can't quite put your finger on, but makes a place unforgettable. And believe me, when we say expert, we really mean it. Sia has been freelancing for over 20 years and has spent the last decade working remotely from literally almost every corner of the globe. So this isn't some list he just Googled. Nope, this is a guide that's been forged from a real, first-hand experience. Okay, now here's the hook, and it's a big one. The claim is that it's actually possible to have a high standard of living in every single one of these places for less than $200 a week. Think about that. That is an absolute game changer for anyone even thinking about the nomad lifestyle. All right, first up, let's dive into the classic digital nomad dream, working from a beautiful, pristine island. But as you're about to see, these aren't just any old beaches. We're talking about places with really unique identities, from magical volcanic landscapes to cutting-edge crypto hubs. Our first stop is Jeju Island, just off the southern coast of South Korea. The author describes it as a genuinely magical place. It's this tropical paradise, but with this really dramatic volcanic heart. So what makes Jeju a top contender? It's this incredible blend of stunning nature and South Korea's world-class infrastructure. You get amazing Wi-Fi and countless coffee shops with killer ocean views. And the transport system is so efficient, it makes exploring the island's beaches and its highest peak, Mount Halla, an absolute breeze. But how do you actually stick to that budget? Well, here is a fantastic insider tip. Bring a tent. Camping is not only allowed, but it's actually encouraged across a lot of the island. Just imagine saving all that money on accommodation by pitching your tent in a tropical jungle right near the sea. That's how you nail that sub-$200 weekly goal. Next up, we're heading over to Koh Phangan in Thailand. Now, this is an island that has gone through a really fascinating transformation. It used to be known almost exclusively for its wild full moon parties, but lately it's totally rebranded itself as Crypto Island, and it's attracting this whole new wave of tech-savvy nomads and entrepreneurs. And to round out our island tour, we've got a personal favorite of the author, Hiriketiya, down in southern Sri Lanka. He actually calls it one of his top places in the entire world, a true hidden gem for anyone who wants to get off the beaten path, but, still stay connected. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit. The digital nomad life isn't always about kicking back on idyllic beaches. For a lot of people, it's a search for focus, for tranquility, and for a deeper sense of meaning. And this next set of destinations, they cater to exactly that. So our guide is actually based in Goa, India right now, and he breaks it down into two totally different experiences. You've got North Goa, specifically Arambol, which is busy, creative, and changing really fast. Great if you're looking for that kind of energy. But for peace and quiet, the lush landscapes and better cafes of South Goa in places like Agonda and Patnem are probably more your speed. But, and this is a crucial heads up, if you are leaning towards the energy of North Goa, things are changing. The author points out that a new airport is bringing in way more traffic. Beach shacks are being cleared out, and 10 p.m. curfews are being strictly enforced. It's a really valuable real-time warning. Now, if you're looking for the total opposite of that busy, changing scene, let's head up to the mountains of Nepal. Pokhara, right there by a beautiful lake, is described as maybe the author's favorite place of all for its uber-chill atmosphere. Pokhara just offers that perfect mix of productivity and pure serenity. You can work from great cafes with decent internet and then step outside to see these absolutely breathtaking sunrise views of the Himalayas from the Sarancut hilltop. And if you need even more quiet, the nearby Bagnes Lake is the perfect little escape. Our next stop isn't just another town. It's a completely unique social experiment. This is Auroville in South India. It was founded on the principle of human unity, and it's basically this autonomous city that's governed by shared spiritual values instead of traditional laws. But here's where it gets interesting. Based on some recent intel, the author raises a really critical question. Is the original vision of Auroville starting to fade? It's a pretty provocative thought for anyone who's drawn to its utopian ideals. Yeah, the word on the street as of early 2024 is that commercial development and some local issues are starting to chip away at the community's unique character. So the advice is pretty clear. If Auroville is on your bucket list, you might want to think about visiting sooner rather than later to see it before it changes too much. All right, in our final section, we're moving beyond the typical sun and sand hotspots to check out places that offer different kinds of energy, from the calm, quiet flow of a river to the non-stop pulse of a massive city. First up, we've got Kampot in Cambodia. For all you nomads out there who prefer a riverside setting over a beach, this is your spot. It's known for being incredibly relaxed and just offers a totally different, slower pace of life. They call it the Green Capital, and Kampot is just an easy bus ride away from the capital city, Phnom Penh. Its location also makes it a perfect base of operations for planning a side trip to the absolutely legendary temples of Angkor Wat. And for our last destination, we are heading back to South Korea, but this time right into the heart of the action, Seoul. Now, I know what you're thinking. Seoul is one of the most expensive cities in the world, right? Well, the author actually challenges that whole idea, presenting it as a surprisingly affordable option. So how is that even possible? Well, the secret is all about location. If you set up your home base in the city's university areas, you can tap into this whole ecosystem of cheap meal deals and affordable places to stay, letting you experience this incredible, dynamic city without totally draining your bank account. And that brings us to the end of this whirlwind tour. I mean, from volcanic islands to spiritual communities, the options out there are more diverse than ever. What's totally clear is that the perfect destination is out there for every kind of digital nomad. So I guess the only question left to ask is, where will you log in next?